morning, Cassie. It's our honor to having you here. And can you give us a self-introduction, like your books or your achievement?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Maggie. I feel it's a little bit hard to define myself because I have different social roles. And so firstly, I'm a writer, and also I'm a lecturer. And recently, I'm a guest column host for Hong Kong Literature magazine. So you can see I have different social roles. So maybe I'm a kind of a slasher. And as being a writer, I have published my first book 2 years ago, and it is a short story collection. It features 11 stories of mine, and they are absurd, dark, surreal, and magical realist. And all of the stories are about Hong Kong to reflect some social problems of this city, such as the wealth gap, the poverty hegemony, and the class, gender, something like that. Yeah. And also you can see my other stories in both Chinese and English in different literary magazines. And currently I'm preparing my second book, which will also be a short story collection. Yeah. And also I got a few literary awards, such as the Hong Kong Youth Literary Awards, the Guangzhou Literary Urban Fictions Awards, and also I got a nomination for Taiwan Times Literary Awards. Yeah.
We know that you have a lot of amazing job experience before, and you also employed yourself by writing when you have time. So how you balance your job and your work?
Okay, actually I always dream of being a full-time writer, but Hong Kong is really a very expensive city. It's difficult to survive if I become a full-time writer. So I have to keep another job for making a living in Hong Kong. And I think working in different companies become a kind of game of observation. You can say it as a kind of field work. Like I communicate with different clients, I communicate with different colleagues, teammates, and I pay attention to many details, such as I pay attention to our conversation or others' interaction, and I pay attention to the gossips. And the office gossip is always the juicy part of of my life, and all of those stuff can reveal some conflicts. Those conflicts between, for example, a conflict between a male boss and a female assistant, or a conflict between a capitalist and employee, right? Or all of those conflicts reveals the problems of gender, class, and the hierarchy, right? And then I collect those materials for my story, for my writing.
You know, almost all of us, we have a period of rebellion when we were in teenager. And do you have any funny or unforgettable experience when you were little about the rebellion?
I guess every teenager may have experience of rebellion, right? And I think it happens, the rebellion happens because you feel unsatisfied with your life, where you feel angry about something. Then you start to plan something to break the peace or to break the rules, right? To attract others' attention, something like that. And for me, I think I didn't have any rebellion until like my age of 12, because I think I had a very happy childhood in my hometown. I grew up in Wuhan, right? And I really enjoyed my lifetime during my primary school. I lived nearby my primary school, and my parents owned their company close to my primary school. And that school is quite interesting because it's located among the shopping center. Yeah, so every day after class, I just rushed to the shopping mall and I check out the latest toys, the Barbies, and also I went to the bookstore and to read the comic books and some ghost stories. So and I was a really happy girl, and I had a lot of friends, and we hung out together, and so I didn't feel anything wrong about my school, about my life, until one day I was informed that I need to move to Beijing because my parents need to develop their business in Beijing, and I have to I need to quit my primary school in Wuhan, and then I joined a new school in Beijing. I think that decision is too sudden. Was too sudden for me. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to say goodbye with my favorite things, favorite place, and my friends of my hometown. But I didn't have any time to do those favorite party, and then I just moved with my parents, and then I joined another school in Beijing, and then I feel like that was a turning point of my life because what I experienced during my primary school in Beijing was like a kind of nightmare. Yeah, because all of my classmates, they just discriminated me. They made jokes of my accent, and they didn't like me. They hated me, and they just bullied me. Yeah, just a kind of they bullied me. And also, I felt my teacher didn't dislike me because she always labeled me as like 外地人. Something like that. Yeah. So I was really depressed at the final 2 years of my primary school, but I didn't know what can I do to deal with this kind of situation. Then I started to read. I read some stories, some like love stories or some other stories. I tried to find some comfort from book, and then I was touched by Han Han. Do you know that writer Han Han? Yeah, he's an iconic writer of always being cynical to the society, to the school, to the commercial city, something like that. So I was so connected with the protagonist of his story, and that book was a Sanchongmen, right? And that book make me start to ask questions that why everybody hated me just because of my identity, right? And why even my teacher hated me because of I'm not a local student, right? And after graduation from my primary school, I think my rebellious stage started because I joined the middle school, and that middle school was too traditional because they first every girl to cut their hair, and you cannot make your bangs cover your eyebrow, and the side hair you needed to show your ears, something like that. And that hairstyle was really ugly. I just couldn't accept that, and I thought, why? I think my hair might say, so intentionally I kept my hairstyle different from others. I just didn't want to obey those rules, right? And so I had the popular like the bob hair, and that style was the most popular one. Yeah, and but those teachers they checked everyone's hairstyle monthly. And every time I got excused to skip those sessions, like I usually hide myself in the bathroom. Yeah. But that's one day I was caught by the two teachers, and they just chased me. Like they run after me. Yeah. And then they arrested me into the office, and they just grabbed the scissors to cut my hair. Yeah, just ruined my bob hairstyle. And I was angry, but I couldn't do anything to fight back with this kind of power. But when I grow up, like I started some courses related to gender, related to identity. I realized that hair is a part of our body, and the body is part of our identity, especially our gender identity, right? Everyone should have their own free willing and their own power to control their body, control their hair. We should not listen to some stupid school rule or regulations to change your hairstyle. You have to be yourself, to perform yourself.
Yeah. So from your experience of the rebellion, it seems like you didn't want it to be a woman, didn't want it to be a girl, like in a conventional way. So we know that you have made your special column for Vice. And that column, you made a lot of like the stories to describe those girls who are not conventional. And so, how can you describe what is the feminine beauty, or what is your the feminine beauty in your viewpoint?
Okay, and that column was conducted in around 2017, right? Like I conducted a group of interviews for females who are doing different kind of creative projects, like the visual project, the independent film, or the music, or photography, something like that. And all of those women, they are edgy, and they are stylish, and they are brave. And I got encouragement from those ladies. Like one of them, Yuko Shimizu. Yeah, she is a famous illustrator artist based in New York. And she actually quitted her job, her full-time job, her stable life, to chase her dream on her 30s in New York, right? And right now her dream came true, and she is very famous in New York. And the first time I heard of her story, I was amazed, like, because 30s. The age of 30 meant a lot for Asian women, right? You have to get married. You have to find a stable job. Maybe you have your kids. If not, you will be judged because you have already been 30, right? You should not do something ridiculous or something crazy for yourself. Yeah, but she just didn't care about this comments, and she just cut off her stable life and ran away from her hometown and chased her dream in New York. And I think that interview inspired me a lot. And I was just like 23 or 24, and then I thought, okay, I need to be that kind of wonderful woman on my 30s. So I think being brave and being confident, and that's the most beautiful thing for me.
You know, in China, women and men, they are more equal than other cities in this world. So in China, a lot of girls they do the plastic surgery. So do you think that the plastic surgery is kind of the result of patriarchy?
Oh, okay. I think it depends, because plastic surgery is much more developed than before, and even men start to do the plastic surgery, right? So it's not only about male gaze, female gaze also existed, right? But I'm quite open-minded to plastic surgery. As I said, body, your body, you say, you have the power to control your body, right? If you are really happy to do the plastic surgery, then just do it, right? So, but do not try to use the plastic surgery as a way to please men or women. You just treat it as a tool to please yourself. Then that will be cool.
So, are there anything you wanted to say to those girls who have lost, and they lost their goals, or they don't know, what they should do in this society?
Right. Then just be yourself. Right? Just don't care about others' judgment. Don't listen to those negative comments. Just be yourself, and you ask yourself, what do you want? What kind of person you want to be? Right? You find out this answer, and then you do it. You just do it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.